Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is me, Angie Atkinson, and it is Wednesday, February the 7th, 2018. And I'm a little later than usual today, so I apologize. But as you guys know, Wednesdays are my crazy day. So here we go. We're going to do a quick check in, see how everybody's feeling. And I'm going to share just a tiny bit of inspiration with you so that when we get together again tomorrow morning for our longer session, we're all on the same page. So while I'm waiting for my chat to pop up, let me just remind you that my name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button and we will just get going. All right, my chat is giving me some trouble today, so I guess I'm just going to jump right in and I will be right back over to say hello to everybody. But in the meantime, I wanted to share something with you that I found very inspiring. So let me do that here really quick. Good morning, Jill and Charisma and Juanetta and Nikki and Frankie and Marley and Shannon. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so I found this little bit of inspiration and now I can't, here it goes. Okay. This is from E. E. Cummings. So if you guys are nerds like me, you might know who that is. Uh, a very famous poet, I believe, author. And she said, "We do not believe in ourselves until someone reveals that deep inside of us, something is valuable, worth listening to, worthy of our brust, sacred to our touch. Once we believe in ourselves, we can risk curiosity, wonder, spontaneous delight, or any experience that reveals the human spirit." I found that to be very inspirational because I know that every single one of us needs to believe in ourselves, right? So I want to make sure you guys are all, in the right frame of mind today. And even though I do not have, oh, look, it looks like Malta's here. Oh, no, he's not here. Somebody just spoke about him. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say hello to everybody. And I've only got just a few minutes today, but I want to make sure I say hello to as many people as I can and touch base with everybody who needs me. So if you have questions, get them in the chat quick because I will be answering them in the next few minutes. And then you'll have a video later tonight, and I'll be back for a longer session tomorrow. So good morning, Jill Mousling, Charisma, Juanetta, Nikki. Good morning. Good morning. Frankie, it's good to have you back. How are you? Marilee Hughes says good morning from Utah. Good morning, Marilee. Happy to have you. Welcome, welcome. Ms. Shannon says hello to myself and everyone. Thank you for being here, Ms. Shannon. Diane White is here. Good morning, Diane, and welcome. Nikki Lee says, hey to Shannon. Stop the Chaos is not doing well. She says he's pressuring me again about changing things he wants changed. I'm taking a little time, so I'm not making the wrong decisions. He's putting even more pressure on me. All right, you know what I think that you should try, Stop the Chaos, is telling him, you're putting too much pressure on me, so I'm taking a break, and I'm going to go ahead and take a mental retreat, let's say, and then you can kind of go, um, you know, go away for a while, whether you leave or you just lock your door and turn off your phone. Give yourself a little space from this. He doesn't have the right to pressure you anymore, and even if he chooses to try to do that, you have the right to say, no, I won't be pressured. I will make no decision under pressure. That's my suggestion. Let me know your thoughts about that. I totally understand how hard this is. Frankie says hello to Shannon and Charisma. And Marcy Torres is back. Good morning, Marcy. Welcome back. Frankie has smiles for everybody. Bella of Amherst, whoops, says she hopes Malta's doing well. Where was she? Okay, here we go. Welcome back, Belle. She says, hope everyone's hanging in there, that you're surviving and thriving. Malta, you're missed, but thinking of you and hoping you're happy. I am certain that he is doing okay, I hope. And of course, he's always in my heart as well. He's such a sweetheart. But he does pop in when he can, so we do have him occasionally. But you know how it is. Began Park Pet Sitting is here. Hello and welcome. And my pleasure, says thanks for all your help. My pleasure. Frankie Robertson says good morning to Marcy. And Charisma says, I know I'm not completely healed, but I feel so good when I say no to my narc or any potential narc and not feel bad or regret. Good for you for keeping my distance from them. That is a beautiful thing, Miss Charisma. I'm so, so proud of you. You have just come so far. It's beautiful to watch. And she says, good morning to Frankie and have a beautiful day. Shannon O'Brien says, yes, we are missing Malta here too. I bet she is. Shannon, hugs and love to you, my friend. Frankie Robertson says yes to Charisma. Marcy says good morning to Frankie. Marilee Hughes says she loves my videos. Thank you, Marilee. Thank you so much, and thanks for being here. Sarah Smith is here. Good morning, Sarah. She says, good morning, Angie. I finally got the copy of the complaint I filed against the ex-narcissist. I feel so stupid, and they pretty much made me look like a deranged ex. And I found out XN got a copy of it. I'm so sorry to hear that they made you feel that way. Can you give me some more information? Was it, see, and this is, I think this is what happens. This is our society. And part of the reason I do what I do is because honestly, not a lot of people really, really understand the whole concept of, narcissistic abuse. They don't understand the pervasiveness of it and how terrible it actually is and how soul wrenching it can be. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Let me know what happened. Hope is here. Good morning, Miss Hope. How are things? How did things settle down with your mom yesterday? Ricky Hess is here. Good morning, Ricky. Let me find where she was. Ricky. She says she's also a pet sitter to Megan Bark. That's cool. AP is here. Hello, AP. Says, good morning. I've noticed that while both my husband and I were raised in dry narc households, he still won't recognize his narc behaviors, such as lying to protect himself about dumb, obvious stuff. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. Most narcissists do not take any responsibility for their behavior. And if they do, it's kind of like, yeah, well, maybe I did yell at you, but you are a horrible person. I mean, that's a terrible example, but they if they take any responsibility at all, it's only because they were reacting to your terribleness. And that is incredibly frustrating. I'm guessing he's trying to protect himself because he doesn't want you to get mad or doesn't want somebody else to get mad. Again, that's a common narc behavior. I assume that he's a narcissist. And being raised in a narcissist household doesn't necessarily make you a narcissist. It might make you one of us, an empath or someone who does care about how people feel a little more than we should. Someone who feels other people. But when, it seems like we get a lot of narcissists and empaths kind of mixing up together. So, and I've talked about that in other videos, but yes, I'm so sorry to hear that. Frankie says, awesome to Ricky. Awesome job. And Biznor is here. Hello, Biznor. Welcome back. Says, last narc was the victim-y type struggling with recovery from PTSD because his words have become mine. Confusing. Oh, very interesting. Okay. So that's actually common. Many narcissists, whether they are the victim type or not, play the victim role when they're not getting what they want. So what they do is if you have said to them, okay, listen, here are 5 things that I cannot tolerate anymore because you are, belittling me, disrespecting me, blah, 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 whatever. Sometimes in the same conversation, even, they'll go so far as to literally repeat back to you everything that you said. Certainly, that is very common. It's very confusing. It's gaslighting. It's one more way that they sort of try to control us. So don't take it too personally, but definitely, I definitely understand. And when they, that's the narcissistic injury route. So sometimes you're going to get them doing the narcissistic rage thing first. And then if that doesn't work, they'll do the narcissistic injury thing. But a lot of times it will be straight narcissistic injury, especially if you are dealing with a victim-y type or a covert or someone who is less out there than the others. Someone who might seem like almost an introvert when you first meet them, maybe. Yeah. Let's see here. Charisma Jones says, my cup is being filled with good matter, not that bad stuff, language, etc. That is a beautiful thing, my friend. Beautiful thing. Very proud of you. Bella Vanhurst says, hi, Angie. I'm a bit worried and I hope you're well. Missed you Monday. Wondered if maybe a sign that you need to care for yourself. Would miss you, but want you to be okay. So good to us. Just thinking. Hi, Belle. Yeah, I was not feeling great on Monday. And I was thinking about just coming in anyway, but since I do such brief sessions, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I went ahead and just called off, and I apologize for that. Definitely, I need to take better care of myself for sure, and that's something I'm working on as well. So It's really easy for me to get wrapped up in my work because I love it so much. And then I'm still trying to do all the other things I do. So, family things, stuff like that. So, certainly. But it is good for me to check in with you guys every day, even if it's just brief, I think. And it helps me as much as you because it's really important for me to stay connected to my community because without you guys, I would have no reason to be here at all. So I understand, Belle, and I definitely want you to know that I appreciate your concern and I am actively working to take better care. I'm going to bed earlier, I'm doing more things I need to do, and I'm incorporating more me time into my life. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, thank you. Okay. Sarah Smith says, it took me a while to get the report because I didn't think I was strong enough at the time to get the report. She said, I should have just gotten it then there. I should have just gotten it then. There were errors in it. When I got it the other day, it was the hardest. I was doing so well. I was so strong. Now it feels like 1 week post discard all over again. Okay. I understand that feeling, but listen, Sarah, you can't dwell on stuff you can't change. If you can fix the errors in the report, then do what you need to do to fix them. If you can't, do what you need to do to move forward, whether that's to file a new report or, an amended report or just to move forward. You can't dwell on the errors. You can't dwell on the things that were, that you can't change now. It sucks that your narcissist got a copy of it. But on the plus side, if you're able to file an amended report, he will get a copy of that as well. But also, it's so easy for us to dwell on things that we can't change. And let me ask you a question. Is sitting around feeling upset and sick to your stomach about this, is it really going to do anything to make the situation any better? And I'm not trying to say that like, oh, it doesn't matter, because I know it matters and I know it hurts and it's okay to feel what you feel. But I just want you to feel better. And if there's nothing you can do to change that circumstance, that situation, then you have to figure out how to just move forward and focus on things you can change and things you can control. So let me know your thoughts about that. All right, I've only got about 5 more minutes, so I'm going to answer as many questions as I can in that time. AP says his video games that he neglects his family and responsibilities for. I'm getting worried that he will never start realizing it. Yeah, when she's talking about her narcissist, the thing is, honey, that if he is a narcissist, chances are he either doesn't, he already knows or he just doesn't care. And that sucks. But that might be what it is. If he's a narcissist, he will justify it to himself, whether he's, hurting his family or not, he will justify to himself his behavior, and it will not change. And I'm sorry, I'd like you to watch my videos about narcissists there's one, even a recent one with Richard Grant and I did, called Narcissists Who Have Changed. Watch that. Yeah. She says, Sarah Smith says, I didn't say it earlier, but thank you for all you do. My pleasure. Thank you so much. Beautiful Nargis is here. Hello, my friend. How are you? She says, good morning, Angie. Sister, sent you an email last night. What I struggled with last night has been a daily ritual now. I have not yet seen it, Ms. Nargis, but I will read it after this session as soon as I'm able to. Thank you for the heads up, because sometimes I do miss my emails. I get so many sometimes. It's hard to keep up with them all. Yeah. But I'm happy to see you here today, and I hope you're okay. I will definitely read that email. Thank you, Nargis. Shannon O'Brien says, Charisma Jones, ain't boundaries wonderful? Yeah, they is. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah, boundaries are a very good thing. Beautiful thing. Hope says, hey, Angie, how do I stop walking around on eggshells when I say no to my mom as in setting boundary? Great question. And this is a hard one, Hope. This is a hard one. I'm gonna just spill it out for you, girl. Like, instead of walking on eggshells, if there are eggshells laid out for you, proverbially speaking, I want you to stomp on them. Don't walk on them soft, stomp on them. And I know that sounds funny, and I know your situation doesn't, but what I'm saying is just pretend like it's fine. And she will have to get over it. Unless she's going to physically abuse you, in which case you have a big case on your hands. But if she's not going to physically abuse you, then just literally don't allow. It's really hard to do this, Hope, but when they're playing that game, and I know what you're talking about, you feel this big, horrible, negative energy around them. Like they walk in the room and it's like their energy kind of pokes you in the eye a little bit. That's when you have to imagine that your own energy overcomes it, and you do your very best to stay positive, to stay neutral. I guess is a better word, neutral, and just pretend like it never happened. And if she, wants to bring it up again, say, well, mom, I have to set boundaries. I'm an adult. You're an adult. I have to set boundaries. Maintain your calm, maintain your gray rock. Do not let those eggshells slow you down. Stomp on them, proverbially speaking, Hope. Roll right on over them, baby. Don't allow the eggshells to stop you. When she has that energy that pokes you in the eye when you come in the room, that's when you need to kind of poke her right back with your own positive or at least neutral energy. And you kind of need to reteach her how to treat you. If you come in the room and she doesn't speak to you because she's mad that you didn't pay her credit card bill or whatever, just treat her just like always. Like if tomorrow's trash day, be like, just want to remind you tomorrow's trash day if she's the one who takes it out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Act like it's normal. Act like everything's fine. And everything is fine, Hope, because all you've done is set boundaries and you're allowed to set boundaries. You're a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying? So keep your chin up, honey, and don't allow her to control you. You are on the right path. I'm so proud of you for setting those boundaries, girl. I hope you hear me. All right. Frankie says, Angie, I was wondering if it's okay to discard family members that are narcissists. Not only do I think it's okay, I know it's hard and painful, but I think it's necessary sometimes. It was in my case. Yeah. If you search my channel for the video that has the word story time in the title, you'll see why I think it's okay. Yeah. Belle says, no limited time, just greetings and gratitude to all of you. Hugs and love to you, Belle. I appreciate you very much. Lori Stinson is here. Hello, Lori Stinson. Welcome back. Frankie Robertson said, okay. I lost my spot. All right. Well, I'm just going to keep going because you know what? I'm running out of time. Oh, look, it's Malta. Hey, Malta. Hugs and love to you, my friend. I did not see him here. Monday session was canceled, right? Okay. Overall, does anything he can for the most part to make sure household is running smoothly. He's never belittled me or made me feel less than, never even tried except those two things. AP, here's what I think. If you are happy and you can tolerate this behavior that does bother you, then you deal with it. You keep going and you make changes in yourself to handle it or to be okay with who he is. If those are the only issues you're having and you can work around them, great. But I need you to understand something. Narcissists, if he is a narcissist, they don't change permanently. They require constant behavior modification to change their way. If you feel like he's just maybe a broken empath or something like that, you could try counseling. But I want you to know that if he's just a good person who's just going through a hard time or something, was it always that way? Did he always just play video games and do all that stuff? Is he addicted to video games? Can you consider like some kind of Gamers Anonymous type deal? Let me know your thoughts. Because I'll tell you something, AP, a lot of times when somebody is addicted to anything, a substance or a game, or anything like that, they end up being like a narcissist about that thing they're addicted to. They'll steal from you, they'll hide from you, they'll lie to you, all of these things over whatever it is they're addicted to, whether it's, a chemical or a substance or a thing on the TV or a thing on the computer, whatever it is. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Nicola says, thank you to Frankie. Kimberly K is here, says, good morning. Good morning, Kimberly. And why do I know your name? I just saw your name somewhere. Huh. Are you on Ancestry.com? Okay, moving right along. Mr. Wanalen said, is also a pet sitter. That's amazing. A field manager for a local pet sitting company. I love that idea. Montana Sammy Joe says, please don't feel bad, Angie. The flu is going around in my area, has people horribly down for 2 weeks. Whew. I'm trying to avoid that one, girl, because I'm telling you, I don't have time for 2 weeks. Healthy. Okay. Malta says, good morning to Kimberly. Charisma says, Bonnie says to Charisma, intense is definitely an adjective that fits a Marine narc. OMG. Oh, I imagine. Empath Fairy is here. Love, love, love it. Empath Fairy says, I love your name, by the way. Yes, Ange, self-care, self-care. Yes, indeed. Surf Smurf is here. Hello, Surf Smurf. Says, so my narc finally did something that finally freed me. It was small enough yet significant enough to make me feel like I can finally walk away. Hey, sometimes that's a gift, right? It's a catalyst. Sometimes we need a catalyst to poke us and keep us moving forward, you know? So take it and run, baby. You can do this. We will be here to support you emotionally. Indeed. Shannon says to Nicola, yes, the narcissist day people say all sorts of things they really didn't say. Yeah. Oh, narcissists say people say all. Yeah, right. Ricky Hess says, thank you, Angie. I need to focus on things I can control and stop dwelling on the negative drama in my life. Yeah, Ricky, it's really helpful to do that. I know it sounds like so simple and silly, but when you're able to do that, gosh, it makes a huge difference. If you can't control something, you know, you can just figure out, okay, like let's say, you know, you are going, you know, you're worried that you might like not be able to pay the rent. Okay, because I know that was a big thing for me back in the day. You know, I could sit around and feel sick to my stomach about it until the very moment I was able to pay it. Or I could take action, do what I could do, and then drop it and continue taking the inspired action that I needed to take to get it done without feeling sick to my stomach all the time. And I, you know, ideally would choose the latter, obviously. I mean the former. Wait, nope, the latter. Woo! Okay. Biznor. Okay, says to Charisma, yeah, mine was a war vet, covert, shy, victim narc. So confusing because he talked about his PTSD and pretty much gave it to me. I do not know what part is me and what part is him. Yeah, Biznor, I experienced something similar, a little different, but something similar with my primary narcissist, the first one I had. And I, you know, it was not exactly that same deal, but I did experience a lot of someone else's ideas in my own head. Now, PTSD is a little different than CPTSD because the main difference being that PTSD is very often, as you've described, a war vet, and very often is related to one particular incident or short period of time in that person's life, while CPTSD tends to be related to a longer period of abuse that happens over the course of a person's life or several, you know, months, years, decades, that kind of thing. So, if that helps at all, but I totally get you. Marcy says Jack is a professor at USC, a tax attorney, and a millionaire. He's been my patient for 3 years. He's helped me out. I owe him money, and he's touched me when I massaged him. What do I do? Ooh, that's a tough one, girl. How much money do you owe him? And you know, you can actually. I mean, I think that's illegal if you were massaging him professionally. Um, you don't. I don't. I would need to know more about the situation to give you better advice, but I think one thing I would do is not massage him again unless you have a person watching. You know, bring along another person and say, "Oh, I'm training this person," or something. Maybe, you know, this is my massage therapist in training or something. You know, just a thought. All right, I really was supposed to go like 3 minutes ago, but I'm gonna go because I just love y'all so much. Malta, thank you so much for sharing that link. I appreciate you, my friend. Always happy to see you here. Surf Smurf says, good morning, Empath Fairy. And Kimberly K says, my sis made jokes about, so yeah, my sis and I made jokes about stomping the eggshells out of my life. Right. Stomp them, girl, stomp them. It's a good thing. Yeah. Let's see. Hope Shannon says, and I know this is true. She says she's been through this with her mother too, and it does get better. And I agree. And my own mother was the same way, but I didn't live with her as an adult. But I totally, and neither did I don't think Shannon did either. But the same concept, you know, the same controlling concept. Your mother's a different type of narcissist than mine was, but she is certainly a toxic one. Cosette says, Empath Fairy, I have the same problem. I find, hello, Cosette, by the way. I find dating other empaths boring and don't fall in love with them. I seem to only love narcs. Oh yeah, baby. I know why I'll tell you what that's all about. Let me just lay it out for you. Okay. In fact, I've got a video about why empaths and narcs are so attracted, but and I think I even did a recent one. But anyway, the thing is, it's a chemical thing. It's because we have been exposed to narcissists, and narcissists, you know, they tend to make us feel like they're attractive, they're exciting, they're dynamic, they're interesting. And empaths, we just want everything to be cool. You know, we just want everything to be calm. We don't like the drama, we don't like the crap, but we kind of do if we've been exposed to this stuff for a long period of time. because the dopamine in our brains isn't functioning, it's not coming out correctly after having been in this, roller coaster of emotions and brain soup that comes with being with a narcissist. And that's a funny way to say it, but it's what it comes down to is that, we have sort of like adrenal fatigue or adrenal burnout, and we cannot create our own dopamine anymore. And so we need those ups and downs to do it. But when you know better, you do better, Cosette. And so here's a little tip for you. One thing that really helps is if you create your own opportunities to feel the dopamine rush without actually going through the bullshit and drama. Pardon me for saying the word. Yes, it's a big deal. So I have videos on it, and I would be happy to talk more about it in future videos if you need me to. All right, I'm going to answer one or two more, and then I got to go because I am way late right now. Okay. Bonnie says Marines are hard changers anyhow. Add narcissism to that. You got a time bomb for sure. Belle says, love the stomping on eggshells. Yes, I'll remember that always. Thanks. Good, good, good. Yes, Bonnie agrees. Break those eggshells. Yes, indeed. Okay, here we go. Montana, I'm going to do two more and I'm out. I want to stay all day. I really do, but I have to run. Montana Sammy Joe says, Angie, could you do a video on starting over on social media, as in how to pick a new name on Facebook and how to reblock people, etc.? Yes. Yes, absolutely, Montana Sammy Joe. And, oh, dang. Hold on. I saw one I wanted to do. Oh, good, Frankie. I'm glad to hear you're going to watch those. Okay, Biznor says, Angie, I'm talking to more and more women that have had, oh, interesting, covert narcs pass their PD off, personality disorder off, as combat stress PTSD. Many videos can come from this. Oh, sure enough. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll add it to my list, Biznor, for sure. Bonnie says, set boundaries. We are grown-ass people, LOL. I'm glad you like that, Bonnie. It's the truth, ain't it? All right, Frankie, I'm glad to hear that. Every person has rights to shock the dark. Okay, you're absolutely right. All right, everybody. Malta, I appreciate you, my friend. You were amazing. I am so glad that you popped in with us today. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of my day and a part of my life. Please remember, I will be here at 7 p.m. tonight with a new video, and I'll see you tomorrow morning for a longer session. Thank you so much. Hugs and love, and have a lovely Wednesday.